thirsty. Need to get that drink in there before we
Just
start
need to get
doing.
a swig of water.
Exactly, exactly. So first of all, excited Friday Funcast this week. Last week we had Courtney Lockey, but this week did we upgrade? I'm just kidding. Courtney's watching this. I'm joking. No, we've got Bobby Falat. Listen, before we start, by the way, the young, ruggedly handsome Bobby Falat. Bobby, it's kind of a big week for you because you kind of jumped up into a big spot here. Let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me what happened with you this week.
Got the promotion to the 10 p.m. news anchor slot, being able to work with you. Very, very excited for that. So, but I take any role here very, very seriously. You know, I don't know if it's really, some call it a promotion, I just call it doing my job.
Just another day at the office. That's
exactly.
right. Or another night in this case.
Exactly.
No, it's been kind of cool because I told you about this. You know, I've been here almost exactly 2 years. And one of the fun things for me during the course of that time is just how much I'm like, it seems like such a great fit to me. It's like, you know, kind of just really, you're amazing when I came here, but just kind of growing into that spot, and I think it's awesome. And yes, because of course, since I do the 10 o'clock, I get the chance to work with Bobby Falat. Bob and I have a really good time when working together. I mean, obviously keeping it serious when we need to, but we have a lot of fun. I enjoy.
Absolutely. The rapport, I think, has been top notch.
Yes. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we thought about taking the show on the road. Not really. But anyway.
Work in progress on that one.
Exactly, as you can see right here. So one of the things I want to talk to you about, of course, is a big weekend. It is homecoming weekend, North Dakota State University hosting the South Dakota Coyotes, if you will. 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. Now, you look, I know you and I are both. We're big college football fans, also big pro football fans as well. But like on a typical fall weekend, you see these football games, especially these big events coming up. What does that mean for you? Do you typically make events like this, like homecoming games? How do you a big weekend like this, what's your kind of plan for the weekend?
Watching as many games as possible, whether that is getting there in person or just watching it on TV and just enjoying the game for 4 full quarters, even if it's a blowout, which NDSU, I got a feeling it's going to be. I'm taking the Bison in this one in case there was anybody out there wondering maybe if I was thinking it was going to be an upset. It's not going to be an upset in my opinion. But just enjoying the game for 4 full quarters, enjoying every hit, every run, every pass, just really taking it all into, especially I'm not sure if I'm going to be at the game, but I plan on watching it in some form.
Yeah, no, me too. I won't be there. In fact, I'm actually working a shift tomorrow night. Going to be here doing the weather 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, and I know, that's post-game. But, there's that work that goes into a little forecast and that kind of thing. But definitely going to have the game on myself. Of course, tonight's big. Got the big parade out there. I'm actually going to go out here in a little while. Going to do some live shots here at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock newscast. So I'm looking for that. I always like getting out. There's something about, and I don't know if you find this, but being in a college town, right? And I mean, it's far was more than a college town, but I like having the university here. There's something about the energy, especially homecoming. A lot of folks, a lot of parents here. The kids, I say the kids, it's because I'm old, kind of go crazy. Can you kind of feel that in the air?
Oh, you can feel it every single day, every single night, and when you go downtown over just in that area, and just even the tailgating that happens before the what's going to happen tonight too, today, like you said, kind of the homecoming, the full 24 hours before everything, the big game even really happens. This town, the city of Fargo, just everyone, Cass County, everyone gets really into that awesome vibe of, here we go, we're rooting for you guys, and let's just have a great time and let the good times roll.
Exactly. Now, a little bit more about, I know a lot of folks, you may see Bobby on the news, and if you do, if you watched him, you probably already know this information, but if you don't get the chance that often, you're obviously going to get to know him at 10 o'clock. Bobby, you're a big Packers guy. Talk to me about, is it all Wisconsin sports teams? I believe it is, correct?
It basically is, and I'm not saying that I'm rooting against the Vikings or that's by choice. I was born in Wisconsin.
Sure.
So by blood, I guess you can say I am a Packers fan, and I think that I have the right to be a Packers fan in that aspect. But, the Vikings are in one of the top 5 teams that I root for. But, yeah, it basically is all Wisconsin, whether it's, the Brewers for baseball, Badgers college football. But also I do have to root for Fresno State. I did go out to college there. So, and keeping that, you always got to root for the alma mater.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. Oh, no, that makes sense, too. And I don't know, it's funny, as I know the Badgers this year, not such a good year.
No,
Luke Fickell may be in a little trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what about? I haven't really kept it. Fresno State. Do we know how Fresno State's doing?
Yeah, well, if I think a lot of Bison fans still somewhat will pay attention to Fresno State, as just a couple of years ago, head coach Matt Entz, he is now the head coach of the Fresno State Bulldogs. So I was actually very, very happy when I heard that announcement. Just being still working in the spot of where a great coach, very successful coach, went obviously after NDSU. He went to USC, then he got that after that one. I think it was just 1 year. He gets that jump to go to the Central Valley and coach all those kids, and that's a very special place to be able to play over there. And hopefully, maybe one of these days, now that there's that connection, maybe Fresno State if they set something up in the next 4 or 5 years, invites the Bison out for a game in Fresno. That would be a sight to see. I would travel for that one.
That'd be absolutely. So 2 more quick questions. One,
Go for it.
What was the name? Okay, say Fresno State Bulldogs. What was the name of the coach, longtime coach that actually looked like a bulldog? Do you remember what was his name? Do you remember he was there for quite a few years?
You got a couple of them. One that I can, off the top of my head, would probably be Pat Hill.
Pat Hill.
There's
there
also
yes.
Jeff Tedford too. But
okay, yeah. Pat Hill's the
was
one I'm
mainly
thinking
the
of.
one,
Yeah. Because when you thought to yourself, which one of those two looked most like a bulldog, Pat Hill came to mind.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Last question is this: is anything else? Because I know you got to go. You've got the 4 o'clock news coming up here. That you're. What's one thing? Again, you going into joining the 10. A lot of people, some people they may not get a chance to really watch the 4, so really getting to see you kind of really out there for some. What is one thing? We've talked about the sports. What is one thing you would like people to know about Robert James Falat III? I don't know.
No, actually, fun fact. A lot of it kind of goes down the list of the Falat family. We are all, majority of us are Roberts, just different middle names. So
okay.
Yeah, not a third. If I would be almost, but
yeah. And I'm guessing your middle name is probably not James, is it?
No, it's pretty close. Just start with the J.
Okay.
So, well, God, what? You put me on the spot.
I know.
Here,
that's what I love doing.
That's
on
what
the
you think
Funcast.
that. Exactly. What I just love living in the moments. Love just being as friendly as possible, and just definitely and eating pretty much any food with wing sauce.
Yes, I was going to say.
That's what I got to do as well.
Bobby and I, we get together, I would say regularly, but once every month and a half, and we almost always wind up eating wings. I think it was New Year's Eve day I had you over, the wife and I had you over because we might have even had wings then, but I know we had a lot of things. I know I gained 8 pounds that day. We had a lot of different things.
I think I gained like 4 or 5, but yeah. So.
No, that's really exciting. Yeah. Oh, I was going to ask you. I was just going to say if you were losing, kind of as what's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song?
I wouldn't say I really have a favorite song. I think that differs from time to time. It depends on kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I definitely like something that gets the blood flowing a little bit, gets you pumped up, gets you moving.
Yes.
Kind of always listen to that before the 4 o'clock show. So, and also, Russ,
Berserk by Eminem, right?
Something by Eminem, yeah. Russ, as you do also know, though, too, and maybe that people don't know it exactly yet, but a few changes coming to the news as I am obviously getting bumped up working with you for the 10.
Right.
This afternoon, this 4 o'clock show is going to be my last
That's
one
right.
before taking fully over for the 10. And I don't think we should spoil away of who the 4 p.m. anchor is going to be starting next week.
Right.
But a very great guy, great talent. You've seen him before, but we're just not going to give it away.
Right. And I was going to say, actually say, we were not going to give it away, but I can tell you if you watch much here of VNN, you see his face pretty regularly, and he's a great guy. So we're looking forward to that.
And he loves sports, too.
And now it's a he. Yes. So we gave like half of it away. And he does love sports. So anyway, excellent, Bobby. Thank you. I will turn the mics down while you take yours off, so it's not awkward because I know you've got to take off and do your thing. I'm going to do some weather here.
All right.
So you're released.
All right, perfect.
Release the hounds. Bobby's still removing his microphone. Thank you, sir. Okay, now it's just an awkward sound for you as the mic is going ruffling around through things. So anyway, yeah, I do want to go ahead and get to the weather forecast. As you know, it is warm out there. A lot of folks are heading out to the parade, I should say, which starts 6 o'clock this afternoon. I'll go ahead and pop up the temperatures for you. And we're at 80 right now in Fargo, 79 Grand Forks, 86 in Oaks. These numbers, as you know, well above the norm in just about all spots. Now you get up toward Roseau, Baudette, Bemidji, lower 70s there. That's a little closer to the norm, but again, most areas are very warm out there. So just something to keep in mind as you are heading out to the parade. It's also going to be breezy out there, so that is a note as well. Speaking of that, homecoming events in just a few minutes here, about 45 minutes, the Bison Bash. It's 81 degrees. You see that wind icon there. Again, we're looking at wind gusts 25 plus miles per hour. Homecoming parade, 79 degrees, sunny. It'll still be breezy out there at that point. And again, just a reminder, I'm going to be out there doing the weather live for our 5, 5:30, and 6 o'clock newscast. I'm very excited. I love parades. So I was in back in high school. I was actually in the marching band, marched in the Rose Bowl and Orange Bowl parade. So I was just saying I'm a big parade guy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. Tailgating forecast for you. And tomorrow's going to be a great day. Our numbers, 7:30 early in the day, 51 degrees, 65 at 11, 70 at 1. Again, kickoff is at 1 o'clock. Bison hosting the Coyotes there. Again, should be a great game, should be a great time out there, great tailgating environment, and the weather is going to be so nice for it. Let's jump back a little bit. Friday night forecast, of course, Friday Night Lights tonight. We're coming up on that here, kickoff here in just a little while or this evening. Weather's looking great. We mentioned those winds out of the south are going to be strong at times, but it's going to be warm. It is going to be clear. It is going to be comfortable out there. Temperatures in the mid 70s to mid to upper 60s by the time we get to the end of the game. So here's what we've got for you. Couple showers. I don't want to rule this out or don't want to leave this out. Clipping northwest Minnesota. We've been talking about this for the last 2 or 3 days. Cold front is moving through. So you'll feel at least cooler tomorrow. But what's going to happen is when that front passes through, most areas are going to remain dry, but we could see a few raindrops there, northwest Minnesota. Front continues to move through overnight, leaving us with a very nice morning tomorrow. Sunny conditions, a little, just a touch cool out there. Tomorrow afternoon, not nearly as warm as what we're seeing today. Upper 60s to mid 70s. Jumping into tomorrow evening, we've got some clouds moving into the region. Tomorrow morning's lows, mid 40s, upper 40s, maybe as warm as a low 50 in a couple spots for those overnight lows. It is going to be clear as mentioned tomorrow. Beautiful day. Looking at high temperatures there, upper 60s, mid 70s. We've got that windy icon though. To be honest with you, really shouldn't be too windy out there tomorrow. I do think as we get toward next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those winds will increase. Afternoon highs tomorrow, or I should say Sunday, I apologize. Mid 70s, low 80s, going to be a very warm day for this time of year. So again, we get that quick break there where we are not going to see, it's going to be a little cooler for our Saturday, then Sunday we jump right back up. And those warm temperatures are going to stick around for several days before we start to cool down closer to next weekend. Finally, taking a look at our rain chances next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It looks like that is the next best chance, and those odds at that point are still very low. So again, by and large, we look at our weather pattern, we are looking dry. We are looking warmer than normal. Some days much warmer, like today, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll cool things down next week, and again, limited chances of showers late next week. By and large, very nice transition from late September into that first week of October, and it looks like even beyond that, we might stay warmer than normal even a few more days as we head toward, let's just say, mid-October. We know eventually we'll get those cooler temperatures, but at least for me, I'll take the warmth when I can get it. Enjoy this. Well, coming up again Friday night and the weekend, a lot going on this week, and I hope you guys get the opportunity, whether it's going out for homecoming events, whether it's going out to Friday night football tonight, or maybe you're checking the region, finding some of those fall colors as they really are starting to turn. Great weekend to do that as well. So hope you get out, enjoy your weekend, and have a wonderful evening.